Are you looking for a workout that leaves you looking like this? I've created the perfect one for you, the gymnastics inspired workout using some of my most loved and hated conditioning moves over the years. Before I start, I always like to warm up my shoulders, wrists and ankles, so I invite you to do the same. I'll give you a minute to do so now. If you need some inspiration, head back to my Patreon page and click on my warm-up videos. Okay, let's get started. First up, let's get that heart pumping with some burpees. Let's start with some burpee straight jumps. Try to jump back into a front support position each time with a straight jump with arms above your head. Don't let your hips dip by engaging your core and pulling in your stomach. Try to get into a rhythm with your breathing. I try one burpee inhaling and one burpee exhaling. Burpee tuck jumps now. Aim to get your knees above horizontal on every single one. On to our floor to jump burpees. Make sure your stomach touches the floor before you get back up as fast as possible. These ones are a real burner, so make sure you keep breathing and take them at your own pace. Whew, I'm glad that's over. Moving on to our gymnastic shapes now, starting with one of the best shapes to work your core, the dish. Press your lower back into the floor, core engaged, belly sucked in. We have 7 chest lifts here, pulling your shoulders off the floor, arms squeezing your ears. Move on to 7 leg lifts now, lifting your legs no higher than 45 degrees off the floor. Now I know why gymnasts don't wear trainers, because this made it so much harder. Make it even more challenging by lowering your heels to just above the floor so as not to give yourself a break. Next, hold your dish shape for 7 slow seconds. Don't forget to breathe. Last is 7 dish rocks, rocking your shoulders and then feet off the floor. Try to get into a rhythm with this one. Let's counteract all that by doing the same in an arch shape to work our glutes, legs and back muscles. 7 chest lifts first, squeezing your arms by your ears. Moving on to 7 leg lifts, squeezing your legs together and straight throughout. This move should come from your glutes and thighs, not your heels. Time for that 7-second arch hold. Remember to breathe and go as high as possible in your arch shape. Last is the 7 arch rocks, again trying to go as high as possible with your arms by your ears and legs squeezed together. Rolling over again to our core, we are going to really hit both the upper and lower core in our next exercises with some crunches. Start with some tuck crunches to get your balance, aiming to snap into that tucked crunch shape each time. Next, try 7 V-sits, the harder version of tucked crunches with straight legs. Make it more of a challenge by lowering into a dish shape in between V-sits rather than the whole way down. As you can see, those last few were a killer for me. Tackle those obliques this time with 7 bicycle crunches on each leg, of course. Aim to get your elbow to reach your knee on both sides each time. You'll be glad to know that our core is almost done, I promise. We are going to be focusing on our arms and shoulders now with just a little bit of core involved. Starting with 7 press-ups, really think about squeezing your elbows in towards your rib cage rather than flaring them out. Only go as far as you can while maintaining a straight body shape, or do them on your knees to build up arm strength. Next is hip dips. Hip your dip as far as you can on both sides, keeping your shoulders in line with your wrists and your core engaged. Downward dog to bear holds this time, hovering your knees just off the ground. These are so good for both your core and shoulders if you keep your shoulders directly over your hands on the bear hold. Hold that bear for longer than me if you can. I was just pretty tired by this point. Let's work on those legs now with some calf raises. Press your big toes into the ground throughout this exercise to make sure that your ankles stay strong and in line. Feel that calf burn during 7 calf raises. Calf raises on each leg now for an extra calf burn. Keep that big toe pressing down to the floor and gently press your fingers against a wall or bar for a bit of extra balance to check you're not leaning backwards. You've made it to the final set of exercises, and this is the bonus round, working on our handstands. If you can't do a freestanding handstand yet, then you're welcome to try these against a wall, or if handstands aren't for you just yet, hold a plank or dish hold for your final minute as a finisher. If you are handstanding, start with 7 bunny hops. Aim to stack your hips above shoulders while kicking your bottom each time. Don't cheat and hop off one foot, you'll get a lot more power jumping off too. Let's try some straddle jump to handstands this time. The same idea as bunny hop, which goes all the way through straddle to handstand and back down into a straddle. This is it, the finisher. Hold a final handstand for as long as you can, either in a space or against a wall. This is where you will get your most handstand strength progress, when your body is telling you to give up, but you carry on. Come on, just a few more seconds. Pull your stomach in, push up against the floor and grip the floor with your hands. You've done it! Well done for making it through this gymnastics inspired workout. Hopefully you're feeling as hot and sweaty as I am. Go and grab a drink and a shower, and if you're up for it, try this workout again in 2 days. Let me know how you got on.